All right, it's been a little bit since I made a video about a book that I finished because this book took me a while to finish, and there's a very good reason why. Because it is a chunk. It is over 1,500 pages. It is like super heavy. I mean, this book. That's why I'm making the face I'm making on this screenshot. But this book is the Books of Magic Omnibus Volume 1, and I'm excited to talk about this. Let me start out by saying I sort of bought this book on a whim, and I don't do that very often. There's two things that made me want to buy this book. Number one, Books of Magic is a comic book series through DC Black Label. Some of this is Black Label, some of it's not, I think. DC Black Label. It is tied into the Sandman universe, which was created by Neil Gaiman. Now, I am a huge Neil Gaiman fan, so that was definitely a draw for me. Secondly, it's about a young boy. A lot of it's about a young boy named Timothy Hunter. This kid right here, who, as you can tell, is a young British boy with glasses who does magic. Sounds a lot like another favorite boy wizard. And to be honest, I thought, if Neil Gaiman wrote Harry Potter, what would that be like? I kind of want to think about that. So I decided to pick up this omnibus, having never read any of it before. And that's a big commitment because this omnibus retails for $150. That's not what I spent on it because I got it at cheapgraphicnovels.com, which is the best place to get omnibuses. Just a fantastic price and huge discount. But it is... it's a big commitment because it's like, again, 1,500 pages of a story that I'd never read before. And I'm going to be honest, that when I started it, it was a little slow going. The first 4 issues were written by Neil Gaiman, and I loved them. And then kind of after that, I was like, kind of trudging through. Nothing against the writer, it just was not clicking for me. And sometimes it's just not the right time, it's just not a connection for you. But as I continued to read all of this series, I became more and more invested in the characters. So primarily what it follows is Timothy Hunter, who is believed to have the potential to be the most powerful magic user on Earth. And so in the beginning, there are 4 magical sort of mentors who decide to come and kind of show him around the world of magic and let him decide if he wants to pursue magic. Because once you're in, you're all in. And those 4 people that decide to kind of show him the ropes are Dr. Oh man, you guys know how I am with names, right? Let's see if it says it here on the back real quickly. So Dr. Occult, I know, is one of them. Goodness gracious. Mr. E is another one. Let's see, Dr. Occult, Mr. E. I think the Stranger is one of them, and definitely I know the 4th one is John Constantine. Now you're probably familiar with John Constantine. He's the leader, one of the leaders of the Justice League Dark. He has been an ongoing character for DC for quite some time. He has had a TV show about him with Matt Ryan, a movie about him with Keanu Reeves. Much loved character. But anyway, so they decide to show Tim Hunter around, and let him decide if he wants to pursue magic. That's kind of the plot line of the first 4 stories. And then from there, it's kind of how he keeps sort of weaving in and out of magic, how he keeps sort of being drawn in and drawn out. And there's the world of fairy. We get to explore the world of fairy with people like Queen Titania, I believe, and Lord Oberon. Oh, good Lord. I am so bad with names, it's driving me crazy. Oberon. Yeah, there we go. So he goes into the world of fairy. We get to see their stories. We get to see some of the characters from Sandman, especially Death shows up quite a bit, which she's right there. And it's so good, guys. I really, really encourage you to pick up some of these stories. You don't have to do it in omnibus form, but if you do it in omnibus form, I recommend that you get it from cheapgraphicnovels.com. There's a second omnibus that's out already that I kind of postponed buying, but I may have to pick up now. But yeah, great stuff. Books of Magic, really recommend it. And I want to say, too, after that first 4 issues, Neil Gaiman doesn't write anymore, but he is a consultant for the series. And it definitely carries some of the Neil Gaiman essence throughout it. And I really, really appreciate that. This Boy Wizard is nothing like the Boy Wizard Harry Potter, whom I love, but it's kind of fun to have this very different take. So, Books of Magic, pick it up.